At approximately 1 p.m., 6 illegal aliens from Guatemala illegally crossed into the United States east of the San Luis port of entry by scaling over the border wall. The 14-year-old, who was traveling with her mother, fell off the wall and sustained a serious back injury. The unaccompanied 17-year-old girl attempted to cross immediately afterward and fell off the wall, resulting in an ankle injury. The only legal and safe method of entry into the United States is through a designated port of entry, said Yuma Sector Acting Chief Patrol Agent Carl Landrum. People entering our country illegally, at places other than designated ports of entry, put themselves and their families in dangerous situations that could result in significant injury or even death. Moments later, Yuma Station Border Patrol agents arrived on scene and requested assistance from local emergency medical services. Additional Border Patrol agents certified as emergency medical technicians arrived with a backboard and assisted EMS with stabilizing the two subjects. The remaining 4 illegal aliens were taken into custody. The 14-year-old was taken to Yuma Regional Medical Center where she was transferred to a Phoenix hospital via helicopter. The 17-year-old was treated for her injuries at Yuma Regional Medical Center and was later released. To alert potential border crossers to the dangers associated with illegally crossing into the United States, signage is placed in multiple locations along the border wall east of the San Luis port of entry.
Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it. And good afternoon. I'd like to provide an update to the American people regarding the crisis on our southern border, and crisis it is. Illegal immigration affects the lives of all Americans. Illegal immigration hurts American workers, burdens American taxpayers, and undermines public safety and places enormous strain on our local schools, hospitals, and communities in general, taking precious resources away from the poorest Americans who need them most. Illegal immigration costs our country billions and billions of dollars each year. America is a welcoming country, and under my leadership, it's a welcoming country. We lead the world in humanitarian protection and assistance by far. It's nobody even close. We have the largest and most expansive immigration programs anywhere on the planet. We've issued 40 million green cards since 1970, which means the permanent residency and a path to citizenship for many, many people. But we will not allow our generosity to be abused by those who would break our laws, defy our rules, violate our borders, break into our country illegally. We won't allow it. Numbers of people coming. It's almost like an incentive to, when they hear they're not going to be separated, they come many, many times over. But President Obama separated the children from the parents and nobody complained. When we continued the exact same law, this country went crazy. So we are going to continue and try to continue what we're doing. But it is a tremendous incentive for people to try. But it's going to be very, very hard for people to come into our country. So we think we'll be able to do that.
How do you plan to?
Them firing upon any of these people? Could you see?
I hope not. I hope not. It's the military. I hope there won't be that. But I will tell you this, anybody throwing stones, rocks, like they did to Mexico and the Mexican military, Mexican police, where they badly hurt police and soldiers of Mexico, we will consider that a firearm. Because there's not much difference. When you get hit in the face with a rock, which, as you know, it was very violent a few days ago, very, very violent. That break-in, it was a break-in of a country. They broke into Mexico. And you look at what's happening in Guatemala, just to mention Guatemala, along with El Salvador and Honduras. It's disgraceful that those countries aren't able to stop this, because they should be able to stop it before it starts. And the United States pays them a fortune. And we're looking at not doing that anymore, because why should we be doing that when they do nothing for us? You know. Jeff, go ahead.
Mr. President, how is this plan going to be legal, considering current law?
Oh, this is totally legal. No, this is legal. We're stopping people at the border. This is an invasion, and nobody's even questioning that.
But in terms of your plans to change asylum, are you going to leave this be executive?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to release. You can hold. The problem is, to hold people, you need massive facilities. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Another country says, sorry, you can't come in. With us, we take their name, take their phone number, take their everything, and say, good luck. Only because we don't have the facilities to hold people. But we're building the facilities now. We're building massive numbers of tents, and we will hold them in tents. But you don't have to release them. They released them only because they didn't have the facilities to hold them.
Is there like an executive order that you're going to be releasing today?
We will be doing an executive order sometime next week, yes.
Executive order dealing with ending catch and release and asylum?
It's going to end. It's going to be talking about everything. It'll be quite comprehensive. Many of the things we've talked about today.
Mr.
Yes.
President, so you're so just to clarify, you are speaking of in the tents, these family units that would.
Well, we have other facilities also. But what's happened is we are holding so many facilities, so many people, that our facilities are being overrun. They're being overrun. And we are putting up temporary facilities. Eventually, people won't be coming here anymore when they realize they can't get through.
So they will hold the children in those tents with their
We will
parents.
be holding the family and the children together. Remember this, President Obama separated children from families. And all I did was take the same law, and then I softened the law. But by softening the law, many people come up that would not have come up if there was separation.
What do you say to the critics what do you say to the critics who think this is a political thing before the midterm?
There's nothing political about a caravan of thousands of people, and now others forming, pouring up into our country. We have no idea who they are. All we know is they're pretty tough people when they can blast through the Mexican military and Mexican police. They're pretty tough people. Even Mexico said, wow, these are tough people. I don't want them in our country. And women don't want them in our country. Women want security. Men don't want them in our country, but the women do not want them. Women want security. You look at what the women are looking for. They want to have security. They don't want to have these people in our country. And they're not going to be in our country. It's a very big thing, yes.
Mr. President, when you talk about finalizing a plan to end asylum, is this a plan that will be included in that executive
No, people
order?
are going to have a chance to go for asylum. But if you look at the records, not very many people are allowed to stay once they go to court. But what happens is they were using asylum. First of all, they were told what to say by lawyers and others. Read this statement. You read the statement, and now you're seeking asylum. The whole thing is ridiculous. And we won't put up with it anymore.
U.S. law and international law says that people who have valid claims have a right to seek asylum.
That's
So
right.
what would be
Well, they're going to go to court. They're going to go to court, as crazy as it sounds. They're going to go, excuse me, ready? They're going to go to court, and a judge is going to determine. But usually when they go to court, they're deported. It just seems that most of the people are deported once they go. The problem is they never end up going to court because when they come in, they're told to come back in a year for a court case, and they disappear into the United States, never to be seen again.